So there's a Nike employee or a former Nike employee who is making the rounds with a video that is now circulating the internet, talking about the situation involving Nike, Caitlin Clark, the slow play that they're doing, even doing so much to show how their stock is falling off the shelf. And let's talk about this video. You may have seen it by now. I'm going to show it to you again, but it's a former 15-year employee at Nike in the women's division, and he said what he had to say. And although he doesn't have really any true insight into this situation based on the video, I mean, his opinion is his opinion, and it's an opinion that a lot of us echo. So let's listen to this video. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Rudy's Rant, Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball, where we talk facts and our feelings. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Appreciate y'all continuing to support the channel. We have busted through 10,000 subs, onward to 11,000 subs. Appreciate y'all continuing support. Like I said, we going live tonight, either 8 or 9 p.m. with Ben Daniel, Sunday Night Heat. We have a lot of stuff to talk about and a lot of stuff to vent. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be a 3 or 4 hour vent session this time, but at least a couple hours. Anyhow, let's show you the video. Might as well just jump right on in. Just to bring it back real quick, it's Jordan Rogers, a former 15-year Nike marketing employee who worked in the Nike women's division. He chimed in on the new Nike Caitlin Clark relationship. The video is "Why won't Nike market Caitlin Clark?"
Nike, we need to talk about Caitlin Clark. Let's you and me talk about Caitlin Clark since you refuse to talk about Caitlin Clark. I care deeply about you. I spent over a decade in your marketing organization. I spent several years trying to get into your organization. And it's been 3 years since I left your company. I'm just here as a friend. I care about you. I want to show you two different charts here. One, your stock price since 2021. It is down nearly 60%. Your executives and the people who are making these decisions, their stock options are worthless. Meanwhile, you have the single biggest needle mover in all of American sports since Michael Jordan, and you have somehow convinced yourself that you need to slow play this. Let me show you Google Trends search traffic for 4 female basketball players. There is one who only rivals Caitlin Clark, and that is Angel Reese, and you do not have her. She is over at Reebok. I am so confused as to how you would be so invested in the WNBA for several years, and you have been doing great work to try to elevate and uplift that league and many of the athletes there. But this seems like you have convinced yourself that this needs to be an either or conversation. And we never have an either or conversation in the men's sports. You have like 10 signature athletes. Half of them don't deserve a signature shoe. And we figure out a way to market them. LeBron James showed up as the chosen one, and you have the chosen one. He got all of the marketing, and yet you still were able to figure out how to market Kobe as well. I realize tomorrow we are going to get a Kobe Protro, apparently. I haven't heard much about it. It's going to be $190. Very few people will be able to get it, and that will be about a year after you have signed her and after she won Rookie of the Year. This is so confusing to me. I am so perplexed. I wrote 2,000 words on it in my newsletter this week. Read it, but I didn't even send one last week because I've been sitting in a room like Beautiful Mind trying to figure out all of the stupid reasons why you might be sitting on your hands. Wimby got his Alien campaign less than a year after he had been signed, and he got a player edition shoe. I guess that you're doing that with Caitlin, but I'm so confused as to why you wouldn't be doing bigger campaigns with her. You finally put her in a Super Bowl campaign with 9 other women, and all respect to them, but none of them are moving the needle quite like she is. Your tagline in that was "You can't win, so win." One of the best explanations I can come up with is that you are wringing your hands and afraid to enter into this politically divisive conversation that has been co-opted by the media and pundits who are race baiting and doing all kinds of ridiculous things around women's basketball. You can't win, so win. You have the unicorn, the chosen one, the one who everyone wants to hear from, and you were just sitting around. Gatorade, State Farm, Gainbridge, Wilson Basketball have all figured out how to have a point of view with Caitlin Clark. Please, for the love of God, figure something out.
So there you have it. You can't win, so win. Former employee at Nike. What is Jordan Rogers doing right now? I actually don't know. Let me take a look real quick. What is Jordan Rogers doing right now? I don't know really what much of this means. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't. It doesn't. He's giving an opinion. Um, that's really all that is. He's giving his opinion. I think he's right. He is now a sports marketing consultant and keynote speaker, inspiring teams through the power of branding, marketing, and service. Nike brand marketing alum. He has. I'm just looking at his profile. He has his own company called Perseus Creative. 3 years. I teach athletes and executives how to build their brand and serve others through their story. Marketing and creative consulting on select projects throughout sports, fashion, art, and criminal justice. He spent 10 years and 8 months as a brand marketing director for Nike basketball. Well, I'm sorry, that was his entire time at Nike. He was 1 year, 7 months brand marketing director Nike basketball. He was a brand marketing director for Nike women's basketball for 1 year and 11 months. He was a senior brand manager for Nike football for 3 years. Let's see what else got here. He was a Central Territory brand manager for Field Sports for a year. Central Territory marketing specialist, Field Sports college engagement for almost 2 years, 1 year, 10 months. Spent a long time at Nike, man. Spent a long time at Nike. And another one here, one Eek. It says Eek, and I guess that's part of Nike. I guess 2 years there. He was a tour manager, brand ambassador, Nike for a year. Yeah, I mean, he was at Nike for a long ass time. His opinion at the end, I think, is what it is. They're afraid to go into that safe space. They're afraid of backlash. They don't even. It's so stupid because they don't care about the large majority of the population. The woke culture, and I hate calling it that. That woke culture is so fucking irritating. It is a culture of stupidity. I mean, it is a culture of absolute freaking stupidity. You have the most watched, must see professional athlete, not basketball player, professional athlete, at the very least in the United States of America. She is the most must see pro athlete in the USA right now. I might venture to guess, and I might venture to go on a limb and say the most watched, the most must see athlete in the world right now. She is that player. He said it. She's a unicorn. It's either or. That's the thing. He hit it again. Either or. They're doing the either or thing. But yet, as we know, how many Nike athletes do you have in basketball? Men's basketball, 10. You have 10 shoes. Do you think every guy in the NBA should have a signature shoe? No, they have it. LeBron has a new shoe every freaking 3 months. There's a Kobe coming out. Who cares? That's not a Caitlin Clark shoe. You can color it blue, red, yellow, whatever you want to color it. It is not a Caitlin Clark shoe. It is a Kobe shoe for Caitlin Clark. That's what it is. I don't really buy Nike stuff. I don't really care. I have 2 pairs outside of Jordans. Let me take that back. Outside of the Jordan brand, I don't buy Nike shit. Not even Jordan brand, Jordans. I don't buy Nike shit. I have a couple of running shoes for Nike because they're comfortable on my feet. But all the shoes that people buy that they think are so cool, I find a lot of them be ugly and just repeated. I think the Nike marketing team is trash now. I'll go out on a limb and say I think part of the problem is that they don't know what to do. That's my opinion. They don't know what to do. That their creative is just so awful that they would rather give Caitlin Clark a shoe, a Kobe Bryant shoe, because they know people love the Kobe Bryant shoe. And the Kobe Bryant shoe is nice. It's a nice shoe. Design is overall nice. I am not the biggest fan of the LeBron shoes in terms of look because he changes them up. There's some that are cool, others that are just ugly as shit. I think the A'ja Wilson shoe is ugly as hell. I don't think anything of it. I think it's an ugly ass shoe. And if that's the type of trash you're going to come out with after 2 years with A'ja Wilson, I mean, who knows how long it will take to figure out a shoe for Caitlin Clark. But when you look at his commentary and you talk about stock prices and they've dropped 60% in 4 years, what are you doing, Nike? What are you doing? Your stocks have dropped 60% in 4 years, and the most marketable player in the country, at the very least, the unicorn of women's basketball, the cash cow, the player that people are all coming to see. She did 3 million plus viewers, 3 million viewers in a freaking in the first game of the season. Well, 2.7 and then over with a high of over 3 million. First game of the season. She did 2.2. Fourth game of the season? There's NBA games every day that don't do anywhere near that. And this is largely a sport that otherwise nobody watches. The people can sit here and make up stories. People don't watch the WNBA if Caitlin Clark's not on the TV screen. I am curious to know what the hell the ratings looked like yesterday from the game. I'm sorry, what day was it? Friday? Because it's Saturday after midnight, so that's why. Friday night. I don't know what they look like. We'll see. I don't think they're that great. The ones from Wednesday stunk. This Nike play here is crazy. You could have so much merch of Caitlin Clark right now flying off shelves. You put her in a commercial with 9 women. None of them hold a candle to her. In fact, she was barely showcased in that commercial. I remember the commercial was terrible. She's barely showcased in it. You don't have to do an entire flipping campaign around women and then put all the women in there. You put your cash cow in that commercial. You make that commercial a Caitlin Clark commercial. You don't have to add everybody else. This is not a game of equality. This is a game of business. And that's what makes it so stupid. At some point, Nike lost its way and forgot that this is a business, not a game of equality. You run a business, not a charity. You run a business, not a social justice movement. You run a business, not an activist campaign. You run a business. And the business is to make bread. The business is to put money in the pockets of your shareholders. That's what it is. And the longer you keep Caitlin Clark off your screen, off your shelves, and continue this shit, how many pairs of shoes are they really going to release for this Kobe prototype thing? How many? 3,000 like they did for A'ja Wilson? They'll be sold out in 3 minutes. Hell, it might not take 3 minutes. It might not take 3 minutes. It might be 30 seconds. Because there'll be all kinds of people with bots out there that buy those shoes up like this, like this, like this, like this. Be nothing left. And they'll buy up every size. I don't know how many they're gonna release, but I'm sure it won't be a lot. It's embarrassing. The entire Nike experience is embarrassing. Her agent is a piece of garbage. Trash, horrendous. Should have found another agent. Should never have signed with Nike. She should have signed probably with New Balance, or hell, she could have gone the other direction and signed with Under Armour. She could have signed with she could have brought AND1 back, being that she's like an AND1 mixtape player for women's basketball. I know that's crazy and all, but she could have signed with everybody else. Nike was the worst move. The worst move. Woke America campaign. That's what we roll with. Woke America campaign. Paige Beckers has a shoe. How does Paige Beckers have a shoe before Caitlin Clark has a shoe? Please explain that. How does Paige Beckers have a shoe before Caitlin Clark has a shoe? It's the GT Hustle 3, whatever. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. They designed a shoe for a flicking NIL college athlete before they designed a shoe for the greatest women's athlete in the world. In the world. And when I say greatest women's athlete in the world, I'm talking about like marketing and all that stuff. I don't know that she's the greatest women's athlete in the world, but she's the greatest women's basketball player in the world. She's the most marketable athlete in the world for women, for sure. And you're sitting on your hands while your stock prices are in the toilet. Again, I found his video interesting, but he didn't really, outside of the end where he gave an opinion, he doesn't have any facts. He doesn't really know exacts as to why the situation is what it is and why they're not doing it. I wish he would. If he knew, I wish he would just tell it. But I think probably it is exactly what he said at the end. They're playing this one or the other campaign type situation. And they're I don't know why they're afraid. I don't even know what they're afraid of. Last I checked, and I hate going here, but last I checked, white people were 67% of the population in this country. And there are a lot of black folks that love Caitlin Clark too. So what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? It doesn't make sense. It's illogical. It's illogical. Reebok is going all in with Angel Reese, as they should, as it should. They're doing what they got to do. And Nike is sitting here promoting all kinds of other athletes besides Caitlin Clark. But I'll never understand it, and I don't think I'll ever will. I don't think any of us will. But y'all let me know your thoughts in the chat, in the comments about what he had to say. Again, my response to it is beats me, man. It really is. This is one of these things where I don't know what to say because he didn't say anything that we don't all think already. And him being an employee there didn't really dig any deeper into the true why. See, if he came with true whys and like he has a no as to what's the real truth besides everything we all think already, they're going one or the other. They have to go woke. They're going woke and they're going to go broke. You go woke, you go broke. That's what it is. That's why their stock prices have dropped 60% in 4 years. How does Nike stock drop 60% in 4 years? You go woke, you go broke. And obviously they're not broke, but you get the drift. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. This is Rudy's Rant, Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. Come on now.